दोस्तों, आज के समय में जहां हम एडवांसमेंट की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं, वहीं हमें लगने वाली बीमारियां भी बहुत ज्यादा एडवांस होने लग गई हैं। पुराने समय से लेकर आज तक न जाने कितने अनुसंधान हुए जिनकी वजह से हम बीमारियों को पहचान पाने में समर्थ हुए हैं। पर क्या इसमें आज भी कुछ जानना और बाकी है? और सवाल ये भी है कि आखिर विज्ञान की इस विधा को किस श्रेणी में रखा जाता है और इस सब्जेक्ट को क्या कहते हैं? तो इसका जवाब है बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स। ये एक उत्कृष्ट और विशेषाधिकारी क्षेत्र है जो आधुनिक चिकित्सा और जेनेटिक्स के साथ मिलकर आगे बढ़ता है। यह विज्ञान, उपकरणों, तकनीकियों और एनालिटिक्स का प्रयोग करके मानव रोगों के कारणों को समझने, उनका निदान करने और उनका इलाज करने का अध्ययन करता है। इसके माध्यम से हम जीनोमिक डेटा का विश्लेषण करके रोगी के व्यक्तिगत इलाज को और उनकी सेहत को बेहतर बना सकते हैं। इसी पर चर्चा करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स, डॉक्टर अरिंदम मैत्रे।
आइए सबसे पहले जानते हैं एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स, डॉक्टर अरिंदम मैत्रे के बारे में।
मेरा नाम अरिंदम मैत्रे है। आई एम ए प्रोफेसर एंड एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर ऑफ नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स। इट्स अ डीबीटी इंस्टीट्यूट located in Kalyani in West Bengal, close to Kolkata. I have done my graduation in chemistry in Presidency University, Kolkata. Then I moved on and done my masters in biochemistry from University of Calcutta. And then subsequently I moved over to AIIMS in New Delhi, where I did my PhD on genetic epidemiology of HIV-1. Also worked on various other viruses like dengue virus and so forth. After that, I actually joined industry, where I was very much involved in the various genomic technologies like sequencing, and then I moved back again to academics with IGIB and the first public-private partnership in biological sciences in India, which is called the Center for Genomic Applications. As a part of TCGA, I contributed in the Indian Genome Variation Database, which was the first genetic profiling endeavor of Indian populations. And then I went to institutes, a research institute funded by the Tata Social Welfare Group, where I conducted genetic studies on coronary artery disease in Indian populations. And then when the institute, the National Institute of Biomedical Genomics, was being set up by DBT, I came over in 2010 to Kalyani, and I was involved in the establishment of this institute right from the beginning until date.
आइए अब सर से जानते हैं इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल साइंसेज के विजन और आगे के फर्दर प्लान्स के बारे में।
ये हमारे जो नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स है, ये एक अनोखा इंस्टीट्यूट है, क्योंकि इंडिया में यही एक इंस्टीट्यूट है जो कि इज डेडिकेटेड टू कंडक्ट रिसर्च ऑन जीनोमिक्स ऑफ ह्यूमन हेल्थ एंड डिजीज। स्वास्थ्य से हमारा डायरेक्ट रिलेशनशिप है। हम उसी चीज का जीनोमिक्स करते हैं जो कि कोई डिजीज या हेल्थ रिलेटेड हो इन ह्यूमंस। When the institute started, we are actually spearhead international initiative from Government of India, which is called as the International Cancer Genome Consortium. In this consortium, different countries worked on various different types of cancer, unraveling using the next generation sequencing technologies, which came recently. That time, that was a recent arrival on the research scene, doing deep genomics to catalog all the alterations in various cancer forms. India wanted to do this cataloging of oral cancer, because gingival oral cancer is the most predominant form of cancer in men in India. That was a decision taken by Government of India. NIBMG did the spearheading of this whole activity in collaboration with Advanced Center for Treatment Education, Research and Education in Cancer, ACTREC. So Mumbai ACTREC was a clinical collaborator. We did whole genome sequencing of lagbhag 500 oral cancer patients. For each cancer patient, we sequenced the genome from tumor, from blood. We did transcriptome sequencing from the tumor and adjacent normal tissue of the tumor, and all this data has been catalogued and submitted and is publicly available through ICGC database, as well as we have also set up a database in India, which our institute provides freely to the entire research community on oral cancer, which is called DBGenVoc. So oral cancer remains a very strong focus of the institute. We have worked on further work on oral cancer. We have identified, some of my colleagues have worked on identifying the precancerous state the transition from pre-cancerous state to cancer in oral cancer. As you know, in India, the cancer is caused by chewing of tobacco. There are various stages by which, from the normal epithelium, it translates to cancer, and we have identified many genomic alterations which actually lead to this cancer form. Recently, we have also worked on various other cutting-edge methods, like we have done single-cell transcriptomics of oral cancer, and I will talk about it maybe a little later. In addition to oral cancer, we are also working on colon cancer, we are working on breast cancer. We have one of my colleagues is working on pancreatic cancer, and he has come up recently with a gene signature of expressions on pancreatic cancer which can actually identify which of the pancreatic head mass has a higher risk for developing into a pancreatic cancer. Similarly, we are also trying to initiate activities on other kind of cancers in collaboration with various clinical partners. Beside cancer, we also work on other complex diseases. So we have worked on various kinds of glaucoma in the Indian population. We are working on neuromuscular disorders which are inherited. We are also part of a big national program called the Grand Challenge Program on Preterm Birth, which is based on a cohort called Garbhini, which is run by THSTI Faridabad. The cohort is on 8,000 pregnant women. The genomic characterizations and epigenomic characterizations are being done by NIBMG in this whole network. We are also working on a microbiome of the vaginal microbiome of these pregnant women, understanding what are the risks of preterm delivery using all these multiple omics approaches. In infectious diseases, we are working on Mycobacterium tuberculosis. We are a part of the Tuberculosis Genome Sequencing Consortium, which is an initiative of the Government of India as a part of the Dare to Eradic TB program, TB Mukt Bharat. We coordinate consortium which is very famous, known as the International Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium, the INSACOG. इसका तो सबने नाम सुना होगा. Last few years, during the whole pandemic period, we had been sequencing the genomes of the SARS-CoV-2 from various regions of India. We are now a 70 sequencing lab consortium in collaboration. It's funded by DBT and it's run in collaboration with Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, NCDC and the state health agencies. So the purpose of this consortium is to do genomic surveillance of SARS-CoV-2. It is still ongoing. We are also expanding to things like wastewater and sewage surveillance to monitor not only SARS-CoV-2 but any other unknown future pandemic or outbreak. We have a strong group on statistical and computational genomics who actually help all other scientists to analyze and interpret genomic data, and also they develop various pipelines and tools which are made open to the research community for their use in analyzing data. Also, there is a population genetic group which is led by one of my colleagues, Professor Analaba Basu, where we are participating in the Genome India program. So, Genome India program is actually the first initiative to catalog Indian genome variation by doing whole genome sequencing of many Indian individuals, and that is ongoing right now, and we are a strong component of that Genome India initiative. So these are the various things we do. We also have various facilities which not only are for our own use, but we have ensured that these are made available to the other communities, both academia and industry. Like the genomics initiative has been there for some time and it has been used widely by the academia and now recently by the industry for generating genome data. We use our expertise to generate the data for them and help them to analyze the data. So these are the various things that National Institute of Biomedical Genomics does. We do seriously outreach on what we do, and we also have unique offering to the public for understanding human genomic research, which is called the Human Genome Hall. So where we have various interactive and static exhibits on how genomics is used to understand human health and human migration. So this is located in our institute in Kalyani, and we regularly arrange visits by university, college and schools to high school students so that they can understand these things better.
अब जानते हैं सर से उनका एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च एक कॉमन मैन की लैंग्वेज में।
मेरा जैसे मैंने बोला, मैं ओरल कैंसर में शुरू से ही इंटरनेशनल ICGC इनिशिएटिव में मैं आई हैव बीन पार्ट ऑफ दिस टीम एंड डन सब्सटेंशियल वर्क इन कैरेक्टराइजिंग ये जीनोमिक वेरिएशंस होता है ओरल कैंसर में, उसके लिए आई हैव वर्कड ऑन एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी डेवलप्ड, आई हैव आइडेंटिफाइड देयर आर वेरियस म्यूटेशंस इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल जीनोम, न्यूक्लियर जीनोम which are very important for oral cancer. I have initiated a study with a cutting edge technology. I was talking to you about single cell transcriptomics of oral cancer. Like any other tissue, the oral tissue is also, and the oral tumor consists of millions of cells. और ये हर एक सेल का अपना अपना जीन एक्सप्रेशन पैटर्न्स होता है, जो कि हम अब तक करते थे कि एक बार में ट्यूमर का एक बायोप्सी निकाल के करेंगे तो उसमें कई मिलियंस ऑफ सेल्स होंगे और सब मिला के हम एक सिग्नल मिलते हैं। जैसे कि एक गाना अगर कोरस में गाया जाए तो उसका जो फील होता है, लेकिन उसमें वो कोरस कितना हो, कैसा होगा, वो डिपेंड करते हैं इंडिविजुअली हर एक सिंगर कौन कैसा सिंग कर रहा है, लेकिन वो हम कोरस सॉन्ग से पता नहीं चलता। टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ ईच ऑफ द सिंगर्स आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू द कोरस, this is something analogous to what we are doing with single cell transcriptomics. Here we are understanding how each and every malignant and non-malignant cell is expressing their genes in the tumor which might have important role in tumor progression. अभी रिसेंटली हमने एक उसका पब्लिकेशन किया है, आगे चल के we want to understand how this information can be used to predict movement, which all of the patients will move from pre-cancer like oral submucous fibrosis to oral cancer, or even in oral cancer, what are the important gene expression programs and subsets of cells which can be targeted in future to treat oral cancer. So this is one area I work on, and the second area I work on is the genomics of preterm birth. मैंने जैसे बोला गर्भिणी प्रोग्राम में, so we have एक अप्रोच होता है जिसको कहते हैं जीनोम वाइड एसोसिएशन स्टडी, GWAS. इसमें क्या कहते हैं कि हमने अब करीब 700,000 सिंगल न्यूक्लियोटाइड पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म, जो कि सिंगल बेस चेंजेस होता है जीनोम में, उसको स्टडी करके हमने साउथ एशिया से पहले बार प्रीटर्म बर्थ से कौन कौन सी ये जेनेटिक मार्कर्स एसोसिएटेड है उसको हमने निकाले हैं। और उसका एक इनिशियल पब्लिकेशन हमने अभी किया हुआ है लैंसेट रीजनल हेल्थ में, और आगे चल के दिस इज अ स्टडी बेस्ड ऑन 6,211 प्रेग्नेंट वीमेन। इसका हम आगे चल के और निकाल रहे हैं। वी आर आल्सो वर्किंग इन कोलैबोरेशन विद THSTI ऑन प्लेसेंटा, क्योंकि प्लेसेंटा जो होता है वो एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन होता है प्रेगनेंसी में। तो उसको समझने के लिए वी आर यूजिंग दिस सिमिलर सिंगल सेल RNA sequencing approaches to understand how each cell and each cell type and state in the placenta actually is performing and which might lead to adverse pregnancy outcomes. तीसरा एरिया मेरा है genomic surveillance. So INSACOG I coordinate and I play a leading role in understanding what are the genetic alterations in the SARS-CoV-2 virus strains that are circulating in India. We have been doing it for Government of India and will continue to do that in future.
सर का एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च स्टेम के लिए कैसे उपयोगी है, और एज एन एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर ऑफ DBT लैब सर के आगे के क्या फर्दर प्लान्स हैं, आइए इसके बारे में जानते हैं।
So ये हमारे जो रिसर्च है, this has tremendous potential for STEM. So we actually encourage, we have in our institute integrated MS PhD program. We also have a very vibrant PhD program, and ये जो research हम करते हैं, ये after training the students, we actually they participate and they play a very leading role in generating this kind of information. तो इसमें it is kind of very interdisciplinary in nature. Not only we have genomics का जो background से हम लोग genomic data generate करते हैं, उसके interfere करते हैं, उसमें biology बहुत डालना पड़ता है. To understand what these genomic alterations mean, we have to do downstream deep biology work. So उसमें biology का बड़ा role होता है, and again the kind of data we generate are all big data and very complex data. तो उसमें computational approaches का बहुत ही role मायने रखता है, and nowadays we are using AI and various other newer methods to get additional and better information from this kind of complex data. So all these are actually very promising for STEM, and we hope these initiatives will provide the students who are in STEM to actually join us and participate in this program and come up with very novel information. And all this information are very important for public health. The whole goal is to reduce the public health burden, to have better diagnosis, to have better predictions, to manage clinically the patients, because this kind of information that goes to the clinicians, they can use that to provide customized treatment regimes or manage the patients in a much more efficient way.
आइए सर से जानते हैं इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बायोमेडिकल जीनोमिक्स के इंटरनेशनल और नेशनल अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में.
So I will tell from the perspective of what NIBMG has participated in the DBT program. So International Cancer Genome Consortium I told about, that's an international initiative which DBT and Government of India participated with NIBMG and ACREC, and that is a very successful. We have been first time we have been able to from India show at the early stage of the consortium itself. We got involved, we became founding members, and we leveraged this kind of cutting edge next generation sequencing technologies and generated this kind of information which was never before available. This whole consortium is much larger than any other genomics project. It's also known as 25K initiative because 25,000 cancer genomes have been deeply sequenced using this initiative, and all the data has been published. There are various other initiatives where we are also participating. We are participating in the something called the Human Cell Atlas, where through the oral cancer we have participated. We are also participant of something known as Asian Immune Diversity Atlas, because ये global data set में Indian data बहुत कम है, Asian data बहुत कम है per se. So there is a Asian consortium which is funded by Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. NIBMG has played a role in that, where we have generated single cell transcriptomic data on peripheral blood cells of healthy young individuals, and from there to understand what is the healthy state, so that then we can understand in specific disease state what are the alterations from the healthy state that happens. So, and there are many more initiatives that are being discussed where we will be participating.
इस इंस्टीट्यूट के साइंटिस्ट किस किस एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च में एसोसिएटेड हैं, आइए इसके बारे में जानते हैं.
यही बताया, मैंने तो बताया आपको, कैंसर में हम लोग बहुत भारी तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं. कॉम्प्लेक्स डिजीजेस में जैसे प्रीटर्म बर्थ, ग्लोकोमा, देन वी आर आल्सो टॉकिंग नाउ ऑफ न्यूरोडेजेनरेटिव डिजीजेस. So all these areas, we are diabetes, and we are also working on lung diseases. So where there is COPD and so forth, my colleagues are working on, where we are trying to understand what are the genetic alterations which can affect, and what is the downstream biological impact. So we are doing a downstream biology of our genetic findings to understand how the whole mechanism plays. So how does it go about? The change in the genome results in this disease phenotype.
आइए अब सर से जानते हैं उनके पास्ट, फ्यूचर और प्रेजेंट एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च के बारे में.
I've been working on human disease genetics. So I started my PhD with HIV and AIDS, and then I have moved on to coronary artery disease, and then now I've worked on oral cancer, and I've working on preterm birth. So these remain the primary focus of my research. In future, I would like to integrate many of these findings. And in addition, so we'd like to see, we also characterize what is defined by the healthy state, and then some of these findings I would actually like to translate to point of care kind of support. So if we can come up with a gene chip for preterm birth, screening women for risk of preterm birth, तो pregnancy से पहले ही उसको risk हो जाएगा, तो clinician the gynecologist can manage the women in a way that the risk can be reduced. Similarly, in oral cancer, we are also talking of cancer gene panels, which can be used to understand what is the risk from a pre-cancer lesion to cancer. So, all individuals who have pre-cancer do not have develop into cancer, but which of them would have a higher risk? Then the clinician can use aggressive therapies for them. Similarly, we would also like to work on some of these cancers, how recurrence happens, or what is the risk of developing cancer from adjacent normal, which is known as precancerization kind of approaches. So वहाँ से कैसे कैंसर डेवलप करता है, वो भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज होगा.
सर का एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च ग्लोबली कहाँ पर स्टैंड करता है, आइए इसके बारे में जानते हैं.
Oral cancer is a problem that is, gingival oral cancer is a problem unique to this subcontinent. हमारे जो कैंसर, ओरल कैंसर्स है, वो हम ज़्यादातर होता है टोबैको च्यू करने के लिए, जो चबाते हैं गुटखा ये सबसे, इसीलिए वो उसका एक अलग सा फिनोटाइप होता है कैंसर का. वेस्ट में जो होता है वो स्मोकिंग और दूसरे टाइप का होता है. तो इसीलिए ये जो कैंसर है, ये हमें ही काम करना पड़ेगा, हमारे लिए कोई और करके नहीं देगा. प्रीटर्म बर्थ जो है, प्रीटर्म बर्थ इज द साउथ एशिया एंड इंडिया हैज द हाईएस्ट नंबर्स एंड रेट्स ऑफ प्रीटर्म बर्थ ग्लोबली. सो इसमें And the GWAS we did and the kind of study we are doing, the results which have come out, these are the first of its kind from South Asia on preterm birth. So in a way, this way we are in a unique position. But of course, there are other countries like European countries, and the US has also a large number of preterm births. So there are studies coming from there. But if you look at the absolute numbers, the South Asia has the largest numbers. So whatever we generate from our South Asia is going to have the most impact in terms of global health. So in that way we are working. There are competitors of course, but in science competition is healthy.
सर ने अपने कार्यकाल में कितने पब्लिकेशंस पब्लिश किए हैं और उनके क्या क्या अचीवमेंट्स रहे हैं, आइए अब ये जानते हैं।
Publications, we have many publications, and many of them are very highly cited. We have also participated in global cancer publications which is from ICGC, so which are in published in Nature. Then we have publications in Lancet Oncology, publications in various other Lancet Regional Health Southeast Asia, and then other high impact cancer science is where this single cell transcriptomics of oral cancer got published. Many of the leads from institute point of view, many of the leads that we have got, now we are in the point where we are trying to, some of them we are trying to translate into predictive tools, how to make them into predictive tools so that they can be used as point of care. And some of these we would like to take downstream, like we are also developing 3D organoids for oral cancer. So we would like to take this downstream, understand what are the biological mechanisms, and then from there try to come up with leads for treatment regimes and drugs. Thank you.
हम उम्मीद करते हैं आपको आज का हमारा कार्यक्रम पसंद आया होगा। अब हमें दीजिए अनुमति। धन्यवाद।